Okay, guys. 34 minutes. Good. My God, I always have to clear my throat. Like, there's always something in my throat. I swear. Alright. I hope everyone can hear me. Again, I have air conditioning. I put it on lower. So you can't, you can hear it or you can't hear it. Okay, guys. So, yeah. I'm going to try to drive and do this at the same time. I can manage that. I finally got a holder for the car that hopefully it'll work out with this one. Anyway, so, great. I called my therapist today, or the ones I'm supposed to be going to. And, they don't have anything until October. And which isn't too bad, but it's a whole month from now. And usually, mental health services is a super long wait, especially if you have or lack thereof insurance, which I have, basic insurance. So yeah, it depends on that too. But so I was about to schedule the appointment, and well, they're like, that it's going to be virtual health or something like that. It'll be on the phone or through Zoom. That's what they said. And I'm like, no, I'm not really. Why is it through? No, well, I didn't ask them why. I'm like, well, I don't want that. I want an in-person therapist. I don't feel right doing that. And so I didn't schedule it, but might have to schedule it anyhow, even though I don't want to. My doctor, actually my regular general doctor, or whatever he's called, primary physician, at first he was doing the virtual Zoom appointments, but now we can go back to in-person because I gotta get my blood work done. So I guess there's no real choice in the matter. But that's fine because I have a thyroid condition. I gotta check every 6 months. Anyway, but so the therapy, even the psychiatrist is gonna be virtual. This was back in April. Wait. April is when I was supposed to go in for the appointment back into therapy. Because I just recently moved back to the area I was living in, and they sent me a letter saying that they canceled the appointment to reschedule at a later time, whatever. So this was months ago, but better late than never. I don't know. And now I have to do a virtual visit. I'm not cool with that, but yeah. So. I have to do that. And so my ex came and he left with my kids today. I think I mentioned in another video that he came like 2 days ago, and to pick up my son, because legally I did call the police before that, and legally I cannot hold him there because he's registered in the school in Michigan. And this is just a real mess because you please be careful who you have children with. If you want to date toxic people, that's on you. But if you're gonna have a child with somebody, these days I do not recommend children rearing. I do not recommend having more kids. We are a highly populated world. We don't need more children. Honestly, I don't know what that sounds like to anybody, but don't do it. We're not in a good state. I mean, our economy is shot. We have a lot of violent crimes. We are in a bad way. We got a dictator for president, and it's gonna get worse because, like, if you look at the polls, they're running pretty close together, but the polls, they say that they lie a lot about in the polls, so it could be very misleading and not to go by the polls. So just make sure you vote as soon as possible. like if you have an early voting, which I think New Jersey has early voting, so hopefully next month, I think next month I'll be able to vote in person. Do it in person, because the mailing, the post office is having all kinds of problems, and they've been having problems for years because Republicans want to privatize the post office. So look at this person again on the wrong lane. So I don't think that makes sense if that's the way to do it. This is not a turning lane. Get out of here, man. I'm cutting right in front of you because this is not a turning lane. That's right. Sorry, I have road rage issues. Because I really hate New Jersey driving. It's like the worst place to drive. There's so many confusing obstacles in this damn state. I hate it. Anyway, so what was I saying? So yeah, make sure you do that immediately. Never mind that. Alright, so I'm talking about him. He came, I got to bring my kids to the beach or whatever, but he left. He was supposed to leave yesterday, but he decided to go to my mother's house, which I don't associate with them anymore. He decided to go there with my kids, and then ended up staying over. The kids stayed over. And who knows? I mean, I could only imagine what went on, what they talked about going, and they don't care who's watching. Like, the kids are there watching. They're soaking up all this bad stuff they're talking, either about me or in general. I mean, you know, and they don't care. These are narcissists. My husband is a narcissist. My mother's a narcissist. And my dad happened to be there because he just felt like going there with a stupid dog. That he keeps buying dogs. He keeps buying dogs and then giving them away or selling them because he don't want to deal with the responsibility. So he went through at least 10 different types of dogs, and it's really sad and a shame. But a lot of people, my family enables all that behavior. So anyway, so they stayed over there. Yeah, that's great. You know, I can't do anything about that because then I look like the bad guy all the time. And, you know, I just don't attend. I just don't go. And I still look like the bad guy. No matter what. Sorry, this is really horrible here. Bumpy. No matter what, I'm going to look bad. So, might as well do what I want to do, right? Be how I want to be, and delete people I don't like out of my life and not deal with them. I don't have to show up to any events, you know. And it really hurts me because I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be like this. But my family gives me no choice because I am the target of abuse. I am the scapegoat of the family, and now they are, as I predicted, they're joining forces with my ex-husband during a very difficult time for me, and no one has helped me with the divorce summons that I received. No one. They're cowards. What these people are, narcissists for the most part, are a bunch of cowards and bullies. Okay, so you know they gang up together and they hang out and want to talk about themselves and one up each other, and it just goes on for hours and hours, and they just talk with no substance, and it's just like a big drain on my time and energy to be around that. So I just don't, you know, the kids don't understand that, and I'm so furious because I had kids really shouldn't have, because I thought I escaped that kind of environment when I went with my husband, right? I wanted to get away from my family and that kind of influence. And what ended up happening is my ex is 10 times worse than them. And, you know, he really showed himself. Anyway, but oh, look at the cops. Fuck off. Sorry. But I cannot stand this town. This area has done nothing for me. I've been involved, you know, in this domestic abuse triangle problem that he caused me once I left and went to my mom's house that's here, and he just caused chaos for me in the town. And the town, it's just, I have a bad relationship with this town in general. Anyway, and so I'm sure the cops, you know, a lot of cops, they blame the victims, you know, because we should have known better. Because these are like old-fashioned people. These are like Republicans, and they don't understand domestic violence, urban environments, and things like that. Like, I grew up in an urban environment, and I'm Hispanic, so, you know, they don't know nothing about us. They don't care, but they do want it out of their town, that's for sure. So I just represent trouble to them, you know? So they never help me, honestly. The police do not help victims. It depends on what neighborhood you're in, what state. It's very varied. The United States is very different across the country, and it's not united. That's a myth. We're very divided, and we have many different cultures, and it's very difficult to coexist with others here. Honestly, it really is for me. So, just being honest. But so anyway, yeah. So they gang up together, and they just talk for hours and hours, and they don't even care if they have something to do. If they can get attention out of it, they'll continue on and on and on. And can you imagine 3 of them in the same house? No. Thank you very much, but no. So, yeah, I didn't go. But, so what happened was, no, I'm not stopping over here. That's them! That was them, man. What are they doing driving my sister's car? You see? Look, okay, you heard that beep just now? Right? Okay. You heard that beep. That was them. My mother's driving, my dad in the car or something, whatever. I don't know what the hell is going on. And, wow. I'm being stalked, people. Look at this. Okay, so they just drove by in my sister's car because she has no respect or boundaries for anyone else's things. And not only that, that car is insured under my, can you go? Under my mom's insurance. So, oops. So that's not even her car, technically. I wish I could just flip those people off. The cops on. Anyway, so this is, don't get him, listen. If you live in a small town and you've got domestic violence problems or narcissistic problems, please leave the town as soon as possible. As soon as humanly freaking possible. Okay? So, because you're going to just be in misery. You're going to be in complete and total misery. And just think everyone's talking about you and looking bad at you and just don't like you, because most of them don't. Because they gossip to the town and anybody who's listening. Anyway, so I just saw them now, and I just want to, like, punch them in the face. Like, why would I want to stop and talk to you? Why? Why? My husband is suing me in a divorce, and not one of you cowards, this is what I want to tell them. Not one of you cowards have defended me or done anything to help me. You just have an opportunity to you know, present yourself and get attention, and that's all you got out of it. And then you want to come at me. I mean, and then they keep coming around where I live, circling around like they're gonna help me somehow, but they're not. They're not helping me, and I fall for that so many times now that I'm just fed up. I'm fed up. Like, who does that? That's not what parents do. Now just seeing them got me so upset. I wish you guys can see this beautiful. I mean, you can't see it from there. I'm right by the ocean, man. These people ruin neighborhoods. They ruin environments that are beautiful. And, you know, I can't enjoy myself here. I live by the beach, literally. I have fucking waves crashing in front of me, man. But I can't even enjoy it. And I get times where I can, but really in the back of my mind, I'm just like, why? Like, why? Why are other people, why do they get healthy families? Why do they have support? Why am I the one, you know, not just me, but there's many people like me, even in worse situations, because they're in hoods and ghettos, and there's no way out for those people. You know, I know what that's like, because I've lived in the ghetto, in the hood. And people, they don't make it out. They don't make it out with their lives sometimes because they get killed, or, you know, they're beaten down so much that they don't think they deserve anything better, and they are not able to branch off into something better because they're raised around disordered people and people that are violent or whatever their issues are, because, you know, a lot of people from different islands and different countries, you know, specific, and black people that have, you know, history of slavery and all that in their family line, because that's how they got here in the first place. And all these people are concentrated in hoods and ghettos and like inner cities because, you know, they want to stay within their own group, because, you know, the outside world, this white power country here, you know, white, predominantly white generational country now, pushes them there, leaves them there, and even democratic policies have suppressed people, minorities, and you know, that suppress them in life, because of the policies do not allow for you to grow and to get out of those situations, like the welfare system. Now I'm going into something else here. Sorry guys, but hey, I just got triggered. Anyway, so yeah, so the Democrats, the problem is it's too extreme of a side. The Democrats or the Republicans, they want to double down, they want to one up, and then it ends up in disaster on both sides. It's very unequal and very unbalanced. You know, like, you get onto welfare programs or public assistance programs or Section 8, you know, that's all part of that. You don't have an easy way out of it. A lot of people don't understand that. You know, you get fooled into thinking you're going to get some kind of help and guidance, or, you know, a leg up in life, and it's the opposite. It's for you to stay there. It's for you to be suppressed. It's for you to be the working class, and the working class works very, very stressful and dirty jobs. The jobs that the white people the privileged white people do not want to do. And there's no way in hell they're getting off of those programs. There's no way out. Okay? And a lot of vulnerable people, they believe in the lies. They believe in the, what is this? Why is it shaky here? Okay, I thought it was my car shaking, but it's not. Yeah, so that's that, a rant about that. Yeah, so now they I was just about to park, and I decided, nope, I'm not parking, because they're going to come after me and follow me and just annoy the shit out of me. So guess what they got out of seeing my ex-husband and entertaining him last night? They got fuck you from me, because I'm not going to deal with them. That's it. Yeah, so he just wanted to show off his new trailer and his new car and everything. Oh, how great, look at your car. Because narcissists are easily impressed by other narcissists. And a lot of them admire each other, you know. And they give each other praise, and they, that's perfect supply, right, guys? I mean, that's what they're all about. And that's it. And then my husband left with my kids, and sayonara to me. Fuck off to me. Fuck off to me that had the babies, that had to put in the work. Oh shit. What the hell is all this? Like, really? So yeah, I just, I get shitted on. That's basically my role. And I wasn't gonna go for that. No thanks. Anyway, so I don't know. I have no access to the kids to speak with them now. I don't, like before, I wasn't allowed any of that because all these excuses and, you know, try to encourage my kids not to answer the phone, want to put restrictions on me, all kinds of verbal assaults that he would pull. And then I just said, I gotta go and get my son or my daughter. My daughter refused to come with me. My son came, and then, you know, I had to call the police to see what was going on because he came after me. He traveled 10 hours. These people are relentless, man. They are relentless, and they're not easily caught a lot of times. And that's what gives them a bigger rush, you know, that they can get away with crimes to humanity, really. Like, I have a right, just like you have a right. We're human beings, but not in his eyes. You know, my husband, he thinks that I am lower than dirt. Look, he don't respect my parents or care about them either. He'll pretend and flatter them, whatever, you know, to get his supply and to make himself look good. But he don't give he has zero respect for them. Zero. You know why? Because they're not part of the elite. They're not part of the higher class. This narcissist, for example, he looks towards people with money, with prestige and things like that, and positions. He looks down at my parents, which I don't blame him. But so since my parents are garbage or low lives or on the bottom, I'm the bottom also. So, and he even said that to me. He said, you know, a person like you, I don't see any reason to stay faithful to, or any of those things. Yeah, a person that deserves, who would say a person that deserves love and respect is not you. You're a low class person. That's what he said to me. And I'm pretty sure he's treating his new supply very well because she is a higher class, higher standard person in the terms of, you know, of the classes. But just because I came from the bottom, you know, the ghetto or whatever, or the, you know, at first I lived in the ghetto. I was raised in a mixed neighborhood, but it was a working class neighborhood in New York. So, but for some reason, you know, he still wanted to mess with me because he knew that he could feel superior above me, and I was very attached to him. And I just overly praised the guy, man. I came from abuse. I got out of my mother's house with my stepfather, and I just wanted anybody to save me. I thought I found love. I thought, you know, I didn't understand what love really was, so I just excessively praised him and put him on a pedestal. And, you know, he didn't even like me. Like, he tried to break up with me at first, but then he realized, hey, you know, this girl gives good supply, and probably who knows what else. But so, you know, he stayed with me, and then he continued on. Is that a eagle? It looks like, oh no, it's like a hawk. Is it a hawk? What the hell? Yeah, that's cool. A big hawk went by. Alright, so he figured, hey, I can get a lot of supply out of her, and he just abused me horrifically from the age of 17 years old. And then when he was done with me, he'd break up with me. I'd end up going back to my abusive home, and then I would be so distraught over that. And then when he decided he wanted me back, he would hoover me back. Now I know what the term is called, and hoover over me back a few freaking times, and it's just like, okay. It just, the power grew, and the violence escalated. It escalated to violence. At first it wasn't violent, and little by little, first it was grooming, and he knew he can get away with it because my parents did nothing at all for me to protect me, nothing. Even when I told him about the abuse and all the physical abuse he put me through, not one of them has confronted him about, can you believe it? Not one of them has confronted them about the physical abuse and mental torture that he put me through, and that he still wants to put me through. And because they are abusers themselves, they're all together in the freaking, they're all working together. So they're all working together, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I have to hire a lawyer now, and I wrote into the court that I am contesting everything that is asked on the divorce summons that I received, but I don't know what's going on with that. I have to call in the court and the lawyer tomorrow and see what happens. But yeah, it's hard, and it's hard, and I was looking some things up about the divorce situation, and they say a lot of times the judge will just order sole custody to one of the parents if the parents can't agree with anything, or if they can't find a way to mediate the situation, they're just gonna give it to the parent that has custody right now, like physical custody. And I don't know if I can handle something like that, because knowing the person that I'm dealing with, they don't allow me to speak to the kids, when I want to, or when the kids want to. It has to be on their terms, or within their time, and that's barely ever so yeah. So that's fair, right? I mean, full custody means sole custody is sole physical custody and legal custody. That is what he is requesting. Shit. And so he's requesting all of that. Really demanding it because he has a lawyer to ask me for it, or ask my lawyer or the judge, whatever, because he has money. He got a supply that has quite a bit of money. It was all plans. They will sit on these plans for years, man. They will sit on it. What does this guy do? So they'll sit on it, and they will wait patiently to get you right where they want you. Right where they want you. And I'm just wondering, where's my justice? Okay, because the justice system does not exist. Please change the name of what that is, because that's not a justice system. That might be just a system, but not justice including. So yeah, I cannot believe this. I have nobody at all on my side. Because these people don't want to be found out for the abusive people that they are. And they're not going to stick up for me. I didn't know all this in the beginning. I was 17 years old. And I just got, I got out of that abusive environment, and I ended up in another one. So, but I don't want that for my children. So I don't know. I have to fight this guy for my children, because They're going to be taught the wrong things. Alright, guys, I'm going to go in here. I don't know what I'm doing with myself today. I don't know. I thought it was going to be hot today. Like, nice like yesterday. It's not. I ended up wearing shorts. I barely wear shorts. You know, sole custody is, I don't get any decision making ability. I don't get to make any decisions. I don't know why this is called justice. How is this justice? Or how is this good for the kids? I don't get to make any decisions. That's the ultimate goal for a narcissist. Ultimate. And that's where he found he was planning it for a long time. I knew he wanted a woman with money, you know, an older woman with money, and exactly just like clockwork, I kind of was blindsided by the divorce thing a little bit because, you know, I'm thinking he don't really want to spend the money on the lawyer, but he's got more money to burn. He's got a lot of money to burn, okay? And he just wants to flaunt it as much as he can. And he wants to show that he has this kind of power over me now. And he has somebody backing him up. And I'm alone. I'm not dating. I'm not gonna date for the reason to use the person to help me in life. So that's the wrong reason to have somebody. Or for their money or whatever they could, you know. No, I'm not like that. And I lose because, you know, I'm not that kind of competitor spirit person, I guess. You know, and I hate that about me a lot of times. I'm thinking, you know, if my parents, you know, happen to be narcissists, okay, but why couldn't they at least turn me into them? Why couldn't they turn me into them instead of what I am? You know, I'm the doormat. I'm the one that people use. I'm the one that goes and it tries to make everything right for nothing, brutally. It's all in vain because the people that I seek out to help or to, you know, they are predators, and I didn't know about this until recently. I just started doing research on narcissism, so it's scary, and it scares me all the time, and the more and more I learn, the more scared I am about everything and everyone, and I was already like that before, so figures, right? You know, I just want happiness and peace. And then he goes to me, you know, if you made money, if you know how to make money, you'd be really happy. You'd be so happy. I am so happy about my life. I have everything I ever wanted, he said. Yeah, at my expense. Never owning up to anything, just throwing it onto me and blaming me for it. I'm the garbage reciprocal for this. And I'm drained I am tired of being it. I don't want to be it anymore. You know,